there was some more news, I guess, between Simone Biles and her husband, Jonathan Owens. It's been a bad week for Jonathan's. They were on a podcast with Ryan Clark, and I guess Jonathan Owens was basically telling the story of how he met Biles on Raya, which is a very exclusive dating app that I can't get into. You know, I thought I was elite, but I'm not elite enough for Raya. So anyway, Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles were on the Pivot podcast. So they were discussing how he met. He was saying how he was the prize, and it was enough to piss off the same black women who shitted on Simone Biles in March when she got married to the guy. You know, I think what it is black women secretly want Simone Biles to be like unhappy, because like nothing this girl does appeases black women. She got married to Jonathan Owens in like April, and black women went in on her edges and her weave and her natural, her natural hair. So they lit her ass up and was saying all this fucked up shit about her natural hair at her wedding and her edges and all this shit. And then we jump to this week where her and her husband are on the Pivot podcast, and I guess her husband made the mistake of feeling good about himself and saying he was the prize. And to many lonely, bitter women's dismays, I guess it upset a lot of women. And I'm still kind of in the, what did he say wrong? He's a prize. I mean, pause, but I mean, the nigga's in the NFL. Any black man in the NFL you can land is a prize. You know, we've gotten to this point in society where black men are being blasted just for feeling good about themselves. This nigga busted his ass to get to the NFL, feels pretty good about himself, and just gets torn a new one for just basically believing he's a catch. And he did what a real nigga's supposed to do. He bagged Simone Biles and had her drive an hour to see him. Okay? And I have no problems with Simone Biles, but fellas, have you ever thought, you know, about Simone Biles? Nah. You know, I think she's an incredible gymnast, but, you know, I've never saw Simone Biles and was just like, yeah. You know, she's 4'8" and 100, I think, and 3 pounds. So, that's never been a desire of mine. And I'm trying so hard not to like diss her or anything, because I don't think she needs to be dissed or anything. But, you know, I don't think there's a nice way to say, you know, I guess he is the prize. I don't know how to do this shit, because here's what we're going to do in 2024. We're going to stop listening to miserable women, because miserable women create these situations where you just can't win. Like I said, 1 minute they're defending Simone Biles, the next minute they're tearing her down because of her edges. So when you deal with miserable women, there's nothing you can really do to win unless it's just so unfair to yourself. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. So in regards to all this going on, you know, I think Simone Biles is kind of cute. I just don't see where there's a herd of niggas that's going to be, you know, scheming on his wife. You know, I wish them much love. They seem pretty cool with each other. So, you know, here's what we're going to do in 2024. I feel like, fellas, we just all need to level up and just leave miserable women behind, because there are just so many of them. And I want you to remember that women, basically, there's more of them than us. So it is very possible to leave every lonely woman by herself, and there's still plenty of women left that can, like, get with you and be cool. So I feel like there's just no winning in this situation. You know, we've gotten to a point where misery loves company and people are just finding reasons to be miserable. And also what I really think this is there a lot of passive-aggressive women out here who have had men screw them over, and that passive-aggressiveness does not allow them to express their emotions to the people that are actually fucking with them. So what they like to do, of course, is take that anger out on people they don't know, like celebrities. Because, you know, women can talk shit about Jonathan Owens, and, you know, he's never going to, like, crack your fucking forehead like your baby dad did. But I think the misery is just a little bit too much, man. It's gotten to the point where men can't even feel good about themselves without some sort of controversy. And fellas, it's okay to think you're a prize if you actually are a prize. You know, do I think I'm a prize? Fuck yeah. Yeah, and it's fucked up. People would have to actually know me in real life to understand how much of a prize I am. We've just gotten to a point now where I guess it's maybe low class to say you are a prize. And of course, if you do feel you are a prize, you got to sit here and just run down a resume. But, you know, I'm not going to do that. Any woman that's in my life will understand why I say what I say about myself. We just got to normalize positive self-esteem in our community, man. We've gotten to a point where just niggas feeling good about ourselves is threats. And we got to leave that dumb shit behind in 2024. You know what I'm saying? There are just too many people spewing negativity now that we give too much light to. And I think the reason we pay attention to these people so much is because there's so many people with so little positive shit going on in their lives. So now misery loves company. There's a lot of lonely women. And that's the cool thing about being a single guy. We don't have that anger. You know, I saw Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles together, and I'm like, hey, bro, congratulations to you. Well, you know, cool. I never, looked at him in a negative light or looked at her in a negative light from all this shit. You see women on Facebook reaching. And fellas, you know what I recommend? If you really want to piss people off in 2024, just ignore them.